appropriate for the area. And Greater Dandenong Council says it will install surveillance cameras in a bid to reduce its $130,000 graffiti bill. One park has been hit 21 times in the past 9 months by vandals. And that's the news to this minute on Mansfield's Melbourne. Leading off Mansfield's Melbourne tonight is news of a very special event in the outer eastern suburbs later this month in March. It's the Moorooolbark Red Earth Festival. We welcome Geoff Willison, the man behind it. G'day, Geoff.
Thank you, Bruce.
Well, this year you're Vice President. Very proud of it too.
I am extremely proud of it, yes.
Why is it called the Moorooolbark Red Earth Festival?
19 years ago, the local shire built a new community centre. They decided that they should have some sort of event to mark the opening of that.
Yes.
Moorooolbark actually means red earth in the native tongue.
Yes.
So it's been called the Red Earth Festival ever since.
Okay, and it's on March the 15th and Sunday, March the 16th.
That's correct, yes.
So what will we see there?
Oh, we'll see lots and lots of community events. We kick off on this Saturday morning with a community breakfast. It's a free breakfast, and we'll get probably 500 or 600 people down there. And
at least,
at least. And we'll be down there cooking bacon and eggs and muffins and supplying orange juice and tea and coffee.
And where is it being held?
It's actually held at the Bryce Avenue Reserve.
Bryce Avenue Reserve.
Which is on the corner of Hull Road and Bryce Avenue in Moorooolbark.
So we've had our eggs and bacon. Where do we go then?
Then we have stage acts on. We've got local kids up there singing and dancing, and we've got community events, running events, and all sorts of goodies during the day.
Well, you've got ballet schools, and line dancing, magicians.
Yep, yeah, magicians. We've got an Indian magician that swallows swords and all types of things, yeah. So he'll be very interesting.
And after he's taken to hospital, and on the Sunday, where do we go then?
On the Sunday, we've got a fun run that starts at 8 o'clock, I think.
Right.
And I believe that there's a Channel 9 personality that is actually going to be running that. And
can we find out who that is?
And he has a feathered friend as well.
Oh, I know. Brian Naylor.
No. Daryl Summers, yes.
We'll present the trophies. Raymond J. Bartholomew.
Yeah, he's another Channel 9 personality. He'll be on in the afternoon.
Yes, and some Hawthorn footballers.
Hawthorn footballers doing a handball competition for the little guys, so that'll be fun for them.
Sounds magnificent.
Absolutely magnificent. And then we culminate with a magnificent fireworks spectacular around about 8:30 on Sunday night.
Oh, terrific. You're going to get 1,000 people up there. Oh, thousands.
120,000 people last year.
What did you get last year?
120,000. Yeah. So we'll expect more than that this year.
So is it a big reserve? A huge?
It is, yes. Yeah, yes. Probably a football field plus. Yeah.
So let's just make a note of the time. Saturday, March 15th, Sunday, March 16th, the Moorooolbark Red Earth Festival, and the reserve again, Geoff?
It's the Red Earth Reserve.
Right.
Or Bryce Avenue Reserve, but we call it the Red Earth Reserve.
All right. Well, thank you, Geoff, very much.
Thank you very much for your time, sir.
Geoff Willison, bringing Moorooolbark to Mansfield's Melbourne. Tonight's headliner on Mansfield's Melbourne. It's a great pleasure to welcome back to Melbourne after a visit to London, Edward Beale. Hello, Edward. How are you?
I'm very well.
When did you get back?
Monday last week.
Right. And any reason for the visit?
Yeah, I was very honoured. I was a bit chuffed about it, actually. All the big names in hairdressing in London, like Nicky Clark and John Frieda, Vidal Sassoon, name-dropping, aren't I? Daniel Galvin, had a benefit for a hairdresser called Leonard Lewis. And Leonard was the hairdresser that did Twiggy's hair and invented all those crazy colours and was very friendly with Sandra Rhodes and the green hair and all that sort of stuff. And he's a bit down and out in London, so to speak. So they have a benevolent there, and they started up the Leonard Trust.
Yeah.
So they invited me over to attend. So I got quite good acknowledgements, and the head got bigger and bigger all the time, and more conceited than ever.
Well, so it should. So is this trust just been recently set up?
No, there's a benevolent been going in London for down and out hairdressers, or hairdressers who are sick for that matter, that helps them. But this Leonard Trust is a branch of this. They've opened up a new trust for Leonard.
Are there many down and out hairdressers in Europe and London?
There's a few in Melbourne. I don't know. I think they mainly specialise in people that are down on their luck and sickness, and they had, you know, various hairdressers that I didn't know who they were, but they told them like a report on what they'd done and helped them and so on.
So what is the trend over there? Did you have a look around the...
In fashion, it's brown. so we could all be wearing brown suits again soon, and it took about 20 years to get rid of them. Now they're going to come back.
And what about hairstyles?
Hairstyles, nothing really, you know, really outrageous. It's pretty sensible. It's all fairly bobbed and one length, and a bit of colour, a bit of crazy colour, a bit of pinks and blues and greens, but just maybe 1-2 flashes in the sides. Nothing really too punk or over the top.
You brought back memories. It was Sandra Rhodes, wasn't it? She came out one, I think, Melbourne Cup time, and brought these crazy colours.
Yeah, Sandra said she lives in New York now, with, and she designs and makes clothes and sends them back to London. So she's married someone very wealthy, I think.
Right. You weren't here for our fashion festival.
I was. I got back for the last day of that and saw Helena Christensen.
Right. Your celebrity clients, you've always been the hairdresser to the stars in Melbourne. Are they still as prolific in the salon?
Yes, we've got, who do we got later? Oh, we've got Dermot Rurett, and then Eddie McGuire, and Sammy comes in. Who else?
Well, Sammy looks...
Lou Richards.
Sam's got a marvellous head of hair, hasn't he?
He has. He's got good hair, Sam. I don't think we'd actually been doing it the last couple of times, but we have done it.
Yeah.
I can't take the credit for that.
No, that's good. So what are the plans for you in the future? Are you expanding? I know you brought the Edward Beale shampoos and hair care products out.
Yes, we're opening a salon in Carlton about April. So that'll be, we consolidated for 18 months now, because my daughter and son run the business now.
Do they?
Yes, and I still oversee it and go in and, you know.
I heard you doing a radio commercial, and you mentioned your grandson.
Yes.
In conjunction with the Mercy Hospital.
Yes, that's right. That's young George. Yeah. And he's 5 months old now and really doing well. He was 3 months prem, and we did the appeal for the Mercy Hospital and on 3AW it was.
That's right.
Yeah.
And he's fine and healthy?
Yeah, he's great. When he was born, you could fit the wedding ring over his leg and foot.
Oh,
now,
tiny.
Now you can't even get it over his toes.
Oh,
so
that's lovely, isn't it?
Yeah, it's great news.
How does grandfather, does it make you feel proud? Or?
Well, I got 6.
Have you really?
Yeah, 6 grandchildren.
Goodness me. I mean, I remember you tearing around town as a teenager.
I still tear around town.
Yes, you never slow down, do you? So the Carlton salon is about to be opened?
Yes.
And the one in Toorak still going strong?
Yes, very strong. There's one in Hawthorn. And we've got a training salon in Richmond where we train hairdressers, because we get a lot of staff that not really up to standard. They might have good scissor skills, but we sort of teach them how to style hair and everything like that. And we've also got one in Melbourne Central.
Right. Oh, that's good.
So it's getting big again.
Yeah. Were you always interested in that? Did you, as a kid, did you?
I don't know. I don't think it was any message from God or anything like that made me do hairdressing. I think I wanted to be a barber.
Right.
And the barber said, "Oh, women spend all the money," and he was right.
He was right.
He was right.
Beale, thank you. Welcome back to home.
Thank you.
And thank you for being with us tonight.
My pleasure.
We'll be back after this break. Now to the northern suburbs, and we're out to Heidelberg, where hundreds of people queued at Oriel Road just before Christmas to see the marvellous decorations made by Keith Fowler. And he's our guest on Mansfield's Melbourne. Hello, Keith, how are you?
Very good, thank you, Bruce.
Well, Christmas decorations. I suppose we should lead off by giving an example of some of the work that you do out there in Heidelberg. So, what are they, cutouts? What?
Yeah, they are cardboard, wooden cutouts with a poster on the front. But what we found is that over the years we've built this up to quite a selection, and this year in particular people have been asking very great quantities. Where do I buy them, who makes them, etc, etc, etc.
Right.
So what we're doing now is providing that service. Yes, we are open, yes, we will make them.
And there's an example of some of the work. It almost looks like the boulevard at East
Well,
Heidelberg.
without blowing one's own trumpet, 90% of people that came along said it was better.
Oh, that's good. So do you have a display of them in your factory or home?
No, we don't. At this stage we have them all at home, we don't have them at the factory. But as I say, if it certainly takes off, then yes, we will be having a permanent displays up in the factory.
And what is your most popular decoration?
It looks like it's the Santa's workshop, the little house on the side there, yes. That is a very popular one at the present moment.
Yeah.
Along with the individuals, but that one we've had 6 orders for now, which is quite good.
I was thinking you'd be one of the very few manufacturers of Christmas decorations, would you?
Yes, well, most people tend to make them themselves, but there again, there's a lot of people out there don't want to do it, and there's nobody else does it.
I mean, the baubles, the balls, the bunting, you can buy that
We
anywhere.
can buy that anywhere at all, but then making it to suit these decorations is another thing.
Because
this is what we offer.
Are people decorating their gardens more?
We found this is so. We found that the Christmas spirit is certainly coming back, that this decoration of gardens is certainly growing throughout the suburbs.
Yes.
Hence we're getting the inquiries for them.
Also decorations for inside the house you have?
Inside we have a limited few. We're concentrating on the outside at present moment. Yeah, the inside, you can go to places like Kmart and buy them.
Yeah.
It's so easy.
What gave you the idea?
The inquiries the general public were making. I mean, I used to put on the Santa suit just before Christmas, and the number of people that asked where they could buy these was the thing to get us saying, we will make them.
What line were you in before this happened? Were you a carpenter?
No, we are contract packages, actually. Carpentry trade, I learned as an apprentice, but then I gave it away long after that. Yeah. Many years ago.
Well, it's not exactly a short time. It's 10 months to Christmas. And Keith Fowler Christmas decorations, you can phone him on 0418 563 828, and he's out in Oriel Road in Heidelberg. Well, thank you very much indeed, Keith.
Yes, thank you, Bruce.
And Merry Christmas.
Thank you.
This is Mansfield's Melbourne.
Ask anyone what they like most about living in Nillumbik, and they'll invariably reply, the environment.
Well, it's a wonderful little pocket of land, I guess, that has never seen suburbia, I suppose, encroach in the same way that it has gone in other directions around Melbourne or other major cities.
Champion racing driver Peter Brock was born and bred here.
Brocks have been here since the 1860s, actually, so we were original settlers. I spent a lot of my childhood visiting friends here and fooling around down creeks, and you know, you learn a lot about nature and about I suppose just putting up with various adversities in life, just living out in the country. And yeah, we very much wanted to live out here again with our kids too.
And those creeks are still there for the present and future generations. Nillumbik Shire is responsible for managing 3 catchments: Diamond Creek, Arthur's Creek and Watson's Creek. Headwaters of Diamond Creek are near King Lake, high in the Great Divide. The early stages of its journey to the Yarra take it alongside the boundary of King Lake National Park. By the time it gets to the bottom of the range, the creek is passing through lush green pastures. In this part of Nillumbik, it provides farmers with much needed water. Diamond Creek continues its course through St Andrews and on to Kotler's Bridge, Hurst Bridge, Diamond Creek Township and finally Eltham. Along the way, it has plenty of friends to give it a helping hand. This revegetation at Eltham Lower Park is just one example of a community caring for its environment. Just a few metres away, Diamond Creek reaches the end of its journey, but its water still has far to travel. Merged with the Yarra, it continues downstream, past Templestowe, Bulleen and Heidelberg, to the city and beyond to Port Phillip Bay and Bass Strait. Diamond Creek's junction with the Yarra is easily seen from a newly constructed viewing platform. Built of new and recycled timbers, the structure is a perfect place to enjoy the surroundings. Rumour has it the fishing's not bad here either. Canoeing on this reach of the Yarra has always been a favourite pastime. In fact, Eltham Lower Park is one of the most popular spots in the Shire for outdoor recreation. The Diamond Creek Miniature Railway carries thousands of satisfied passengers every weekend. And it's not just kids who get their thrills playing trains. Rising high above the lush plains of Kangaroo Ground, Sugarloaf is a perfect setting for a picnic. And when the breeze is up, the sails come out.
Across now to Melbourne's northwest, and the great card game of bridge is expanding in a very big way. To tell us about bridge, and I'm fascinated by the topic, Jenny Date and Alan Glasser. Hello to you both. Welcome to Mansfield's Melbourne.
Hello, thank you.
Well, what type of people play bridge today?
I think the whole spectrum of people are interested in bridge.
Yes.
From some people who may be at home during the day and want to play, through to people who work in a profession during the day and want some stimulation in the evening, through to retired people.
Students.
Alan, do you get stimulation in the evening from bridge?
Plenty of things, including bridge, yes.
Yes. You said it's better than fishing.
Yes, yes.
Why?
Well, you have to put a bit more thought into it instead of just dangling a line.
See, I would have thought fishing would be very relaxing, where bridge would be you'd be on your guard.
You need to work hard, and it is a challenge, so
Yeah.
you need to enjoy a challenge.
Yes.
But
Where does it come from, the game?
it's worldwide, and
But where did it start? Was it just a...
it started in England, didn't it?
Yes,
All
along
that,
a few centuries ago, and then it developed and turned into what it is today about 50 years ago.
And the name bridge, where does that come from? Do you bridge your partner? Or something?
No, it's a derivation of a Russian word called bridge.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yes, so it developed from another game that's played quite widely called whist.
Yes.
And similar in that, only it's an extension.
Yes. And do you play every night?
At least
Not
once
the
or
most.
twice a week.
Yes. Yeah, once or twice a week. If you played any more, could you tire of it?
No, we might even improve if we played a little bit more.
So just basically overall, how is it played?
You play with a partner,
Right.
and then you play two other people. So 4 people play together at a table. We play duplicate bridge, which means we play everyone plays the same set of cards, and we try to do better with our set of cards than the other 10 people in the room have done.
Anybody listening wants to now learn how to play. What do they do?
They should come to Essendon Bridge Club, where there are classes both on a Thursday morning and a Wednesday evening.
Right.
I think the next set of classes start on Wednesday the 12th and Thursday the 13th. Classes go for 10 weeks, and you'll learn the whole sequence of bidding and how to play. And at the end of that, there'll be some support as well.
The Essendon Bridge Club is on the corner of Union Road and Munro Street in Ascot Vale. For more details about the classes, you can call Judy Larson on 9370-7967.
That's right.
I worked with a lady at 3AW, Billy Karen,
Oh, yes.
who played bridge regularly, and she loved it. You knew of her, did you?
I did. She was a fine bridge player.
Yes, and
She's lovely.
living in Queensland now, and I assume she still enjoys it up there.
Yes.
Thank you both for coming in tonight on Mansfield's Melbourne.
Pleasure.
We'll take a break and be back in a moment.
Welcome to Friday's Community News on Mansfield's Melbourne. I'm Claire Halliday. Preparations are underway for a busy holiday weekend in Melbourne. Apart from the Grand Prix at Albert Park, there is a host of attractions in and around Melbourne. At Eltham, you can visit the Moorooolbark Festival of Plants. The Pakenham Show will be held on Saturdays, as will Kyneton Country Music Festival. At Lilydale, there is the Cottage Industry Exhibition and Craft Fair, and a free summer concert will be held at the Fairfield Amphitheatre on Sunday. An 84-unit project is set to proceed alongside the Merry Creek at Brunswick East. The intensive $4.8 million project, which includes apartment blocks, has been approved by the Moreland Council. First results have come through already for next week's local council elections. Ros Blades, a former Springvale mayor, has been elected to the greater city of Dandenong after her opponent withdrew her nomination. And at Frankston now, resident groups and council have agreed on a plan to beautify Cannanook Creek with waterway repairs and a new concourse. Well, that's all for now. Have a good weekend. Back to you, Bruce.
On Mansfield's Melbourne each night, we attempt to show the light on health issues, and Councillor Nathan Kotler is helping people who feel that their cannabis smoking has become out of control. Speaks to us now. Hello to you, Nathan. Thanks for joining us on Mansfield's Melbourne. Now, Nathan is a counsellor specialising in addictive and compulsive behaviours, and these include food, gambling, and on this occasion, cannabis addiction. So how widespread is this?
It's a very hard statistic to give. The government's sending out a booklet to every household in Victoria, and in that booklet it says that recent survey has shown that 42% of students have tried cannabis by the time they reach year 11. And that's close to half. And anecdotal evidence says that it's very widespread in the adult community as well. A lot of people use it as a form of recreation.
Now, you don't look at that use as judgmental. Your issue is to perhaps counsel people who need help.
Right. People who smoke marijuana do it for two main reasons. One is the recreational use. They have it occasionally and it relaxes them, they have a good time. Other people who've used it for quite a while can become dependent. Not everyone becomes dependent, but some people can become dependent on it. And those people who become dependent eventually start struggling with themselves. They want to get some control back. And that can be difficult for some. And that's what my group is aimed at.
It's called CHOOF, and it's rather a good title. It stands for Cannabis Has Overtaken Our Fun.
That's right.
So what originally was a recreational activity is controlling them.
And it's no longer fun. And that's what upsets people, that it starts off as being fun, and it's no longer fun. It becomes an addictive behaviour.
Right. Now, you're a teacher. You have great counselling experience, and you are conducting classes in this field, are you, Nathan?
Well, I was a teacher for 23 years, and then I decided that teaching wasn't meaningful to me anymore. What I wanted to do was work full-time as a counsellor.
Right.
So I started studying to gain a psychology qualification. I spent 9 years to be able to get to the point where I am now no longer a teacher and I work full-time as a counsellor.
And it also, we won't too much to go into now, but there's also food and gamble as two other addictive, elements in our life that you can also counsel and give advice on.
Right. I run a special food group, and I run a group for people who have lost control over their gambling as well, and I also work one-to-one with people as well as their families.
Right. Well, you're providing a very good service, because I'm sure there are some very sorry stories out there that that need help. Okay, thank you, Nathan Kotler from Nathan Kotler and Associates of South Caulfield. Thank you for being with us tonight.
Right. Thank you.
This is Mansfield's Melbourne, back in a moment. Nathan Kotler, our last guest, by the way, is in Paran, and his phone number is 92566037. Well, the end of the week, and joining us as usual is our property expert from Doncaster, real estate agent Philip Webb, who's with us tonight. Thanks, Phil, very much for coming in.
Nice to be here.
On Friday night. Week goes very quickly, doesn't it?
Certainly does.
Philip, you spoke last night about your life generally, and let's talk about your job as a real estate. The motivation that got you over your illness and your setbacks, can you adapt that and apply it to life in business?
Oh, most definitely. I think we try to do that every day. When you're in business today, you certainly, it's very much on your own, and you have to make a go of it.
Yes, yes. And how's work out there at the moment?
Business is really good.
Is it? Oh, good.
This 1997 has started off very strongly. I think we're up about 20% on last year. I think with interest rates down and things like that, we're looking pretty good.
Good. And what about hints for preparing a home for sale?
Well, I'll tell you what, it's a very important thing. People can make thousands of dollars more by putting their house in good order before they put it on the market. Just little things can make so much difference. Now, if you are selling your house, spend a bit of time preparing, spend a bit of time just walking from room to room, making sure that there's nothing there that you can get rid of what you don't need there. I think presentation's important, so make sure that you clean the place properly, do a little bit of a spring clean. Good idea.
And Phil, what about some of the hints? I hear from time to time that if you have coffee brewing, for example, and
very true.
In winter, a fire in the hearth.
Well, we certainly recommend that, and it is nice to walk into a home that has just had some scones made or maybe a cake baked, and certainly percolating coffee is a great aroma, and I think it's these subtle little things that can make a house far more homely than if you're not doing things like that.
Can you go overboard and have the garden looking like something out of Home Beautiful when really everyone knows it's not like that?
Well, I think it's a good idea to present your home as well as you can. So doing what you can is a good idea. So I don't think you have to go overboard with anything, and I don't think you have to spend a lot of money to present your home for sale, but presenting it well is a good idea. It just makes it so much more presentable, and it'll appeal to so many more people.
Now, Philip Webb Real Estate in Doncaster Road, Doncaster, where does your boundaries extend to, or is it all over Melbourne?
We cover the eastern suburbs, so we work very much in the suburbs surrounding the Doncaster area, Balwyn, Box Hill, Eltham and Donvale, suburbs such as that. But we do a lot of rental work, a lot of rental properties in the eastern suburbs, and you know, we find that we can cover them quite well from Doncaster.
What's the rental situation like?
Rental market is very healthy. If you're a rental owner or owning a rental property at the moment, they're increasing virtually weekly. So there's a fairly strong demand for rental properties.
Yes. All right, Philip, thanks very much. Did you have a little thought? You left us last Friday with...
Well, another saying that I like is, if you're growing, you're green, and if you're not, you're rot. And that's a McDonald's saying, and it's one that Ray Kroc, the founder of McDonald's, lives by, and I think it's a beauty.
Thank you, Philip, very much. And that was Mansfield's Melbourne for this week, another night in our city. Thanks to Edward Beale, real estate agent Philip Webb, and our other special guests. It's been another big week. We've met 97-year-old Granny Davis earlier on this week, observed council elections around Melbourne, learnt about the necropolis, and sampled the best of Melbourne's chocolates as well as incontinence. Enjoy your Moomba holiday long weekend. This is Friday, March the 7th, the day when Rex Hunt, Yibbita Yibbita, was born 48 years ago. I'm Bruce Mansfield, and that was the night in our city. Thank you. Mansfield's Melbourne is brought to you by Hudson Bond Real Estate, building for your future and assuring you of personal attention at all times.